Alright guys, here's the Black Friday haul, books I picked up in November, and went on a road trip yesterday and today to clear my head about a few things and picked up quite a bit of stuff. So, from Black Friday we got Big Bang Theory Season 5. We got Justice League Doom, which I watched bits and pieces of it. It seems alright. Seems like it was nice. That's cheap. Walking Dead Season 1. Great price on Black Friday. And, well, I jumped into these, man. I ended up getting Season 1 of True Blood, followed by Season 2, Season 3, Season 4. Now, True Blood, I tell you what, it's a HBO show about vampires, supernaturals, things. Not to ruin it, because as the story progresses, there's big revelations about some characters, and characters pop up, and you get to discover what they are. What I like about it is that it seems like they keep the characters real light and kind of comedic, so that when the horror stuff hits, it has a bit more of an impact. So it's not bad. I've enjoyed them. Okay, now today I got these for 97 cents a piece at Goodwill. We got Snow White. And all these Disney movies are in great clamshells that are just like brand new, which helps. And of course the tapes inside are like brand new. Yes, I still rock the VHS. And from what I've seen on YouTube, I'm not alone. So here's Snow White, 101 Dalmatians, Sword in the Stone, and Robin Hood. Personally, when I watch my Disney stuff, I like everything from Snow White to Peter Pan that came out in between. Pretty much all up to 1959 was the last time they had any decent Disney movies, in my opinion. Alright, see if there's, trying to make sure there's no glare. Now, I got this stack until I say stop for $4 a piece. Move the camera up there so we can get a good look at these. Alright, so what we have here are 2 issues of 2000 AD Monthly, released through Eagle Comics. This was a 6-issue miniseries. The reason I got this is because these characters down here, DR and Quench, are written by Alan Moore. And I'm assuming these are from the early 80s, or at least the stories are, probably reprints. But I've got issue 2 and issue 1. So, that looks like probably that's a great Brian Boland cover. Alright, Justice League. Now remember, these were all $4 until I say quit. Justice League number 40, Blackest Night. I'm getting real close to having all the Blackest Night crossover comics. Shade, the Changing Man number 1 by Chris Bachalo, written by Peter Milligan from 1990. I like seeing these books before they got branded Vertigo. Alright, Secret 626. I now just need 11 of these. I need the last year of the books. So it was great to find that. Brand new. Now, Godland. This is a series out by Image, which I think just wrapped up. And basically, Joe Casey and Tom Scioli. It's a love letter to Kirby. They do the big Kirby. It's like they do Kirby-esque art with great big huge cosmic stories. Very well done. I read the first 3 issues. Give you a little taste of what those are. Hopefully there's no glare showing up. It's late at night. But here's book 15, 16. Love that cosmic stuff. 18. Just give you an idea of what they're doing there. 20. 21. Love these monsters on here. Great stuff. And 22, which cracks me up because the guy actually ended up putting his floating head in a jar as the crotch of the robot monster here. Can't wait to read and see what's going on with that. And 22. And 24. Sort of a Atlas Shrugged kind of cover on that one. And 26. Now, again, we're still in the $4 section here. All these books cost $4 total. But I figure it's time for me to start maybe focusing a bit more on key issues or number ones and such. Not saying that New Warriors number one is a must-have, but you know, it's great to have a number one. It's the third time I've owned it, so I figure I might want to keep one. Yes, there's a Booster Gold in my collection, but I hate Booster Gold. But this fills in the Jeff Johns story when the series started again back in 2008. And I gotta admit, it's a great time travel story, but everybody that runs across Booster Gold in these issues just about doesn't like him either, which, you know, kind of like how he plays on reality a little bit. Hulk 375, I'm building back my Peter David Hulk collection that disappeared while I was moving a couple years ago. I just found out a few months ago that the comic book box that had these in it is gone. I'm pretty sure it got pulled off of a U-Haul truck while I was moving. I usually end up moving by myself 9 times out of 10. This is Spider-Man's Tangled Web, number 14. I'm replacing this. I sold it a few years ago, but this actually ties into, I believe it's Amazing Fantasy number 15. Peter Parker tried to make some money being a wrestler before he ended up becoming Spider-Man. And this is the backstory of Crusher Hogan, the story that leads up to Amazing Spider-Man number 15, and it's co-written by the wrestler known as Raven. His real name is Scott Levy. And like I said, the story builds up all the way to where Peter Parker jumps in the ring, and you see the wrestler story of how that happened. Alright, now, got these also. I got number 4 up in the shelves, but Marvel Zombies 2, the miniseries. Now, I got these because they are actually written by Robert Kirkman, you know. There's number 2, great homage to Marvel Comics number 1. Well, maybe not. It might be. It kind of resembles the first appearance of Human Torch. Yeah. Marvel Zombies 2, number 3. I love these mock-ups that Arthur Pseudonym does to the great classic Marvel covers. And number 5 of the series. Okay, now I'm not going to tell you how much I've spent on these because I spent too much. I'm not saying I got burned, but apparently in the conversation of me kind of haggling for the price, I ended up paying a little bit more than I wanted, and I didn't realize it until after I had my check card scanned and saw the price on it. But anyway, this helps get closer to my Atari Force run, number 14. Okay, and thanks to Captain Cummings, I decided to jump on the Micronauts to check it out, since I've got number 1 over there and an odd issue here and there. But here's number 2, great Mike Golden art. Number 3, I think these are like from 1978, I believe. And the art is ahead of its time. Number 4, heavily Star Wars influenced just from what I'm looking at. Hopefully the glare is not on there. Number 5, and some of these are in pretty rough shape, which that's why I didn't really like the price I paid for them, but there you go, I have them. And look at that, always a Man-Thing popping up. Number 7, Micronauts meets Man-Things with great Mike Golden art. Jump up to number 15, which is alright with me. I figure this will be enough to know if I want to get it. I think this may finish up my Next Men run. I have issue 14 missing, so I don't know if I have it stuffed somewhere or if I just need to get it. But, you know, John Byrne's Next Men, this came out close to like 20 years ago, I believe. I don't see a year on it here. I'm not going to dig through here. And currently, IDW has been running the follow-up to it the last couple years. But anyway, here's a Frank Miller cover for number 17. Number 18. And, you know, the Next Men is where, you know, number 19 is where Hellboy had his first appearance in comics, which I have all boxed up in the back. Number 20 starts bringing religion into it. Alright, this is a free giveaway. Okay, now, these books here I got on Black Friday. These were 50 cents a piece. So I went through and got into the Mignola universe of Hellboy. B.P.R.D, Hell on Earth, New World. Now, these are always broken up into miniseries, but when you look inside of these, you'll find out that it's an ongoing series, like, so this is number 69. Let's tell you on the inside of the cover. So anyway, 1 of 5, Hell on Earth. This is where Hellboy has died, and things are, from what I understand, it's basically hell is on Earth. Hellboy has died, things are moving up, and you see how the death of Hellboy affects the rest of the world. He left B.P.R.D. They've been working without him, but now that Hellboy has died, apparently things are getting worse. Okay, New World Order number 2 of 5. Great art by John Accardi. He definitely has his own style. 3 of 5. Ave Sapien front and center. Don't have number 4, but I got number 5. They're 50 cents a piece. Why not? I think like the frogs from the, back in when Hellboy first started up in comics, he he got famous because he had a story where frogs were the bad guys, these big frogmen, and they're part of this. Here's 1 of 3, Gods. 2 of 3, great covers. If you like Hellboy, you'll definitely like to see what's going on in the rest of the universe here. Guy Davis comes in and Guy Davis actually comes in and does some of the art also. Number 3. And for some reason, this is the one this is Johann. He's an ectoplasmic being, because when he spiritually left his body was destroyed, so now he sort of inhabits a mechanical body. The Long Death, 1 of 3. And I'm really excited to get to this one to read it, because these covers are just fantastic. Number 2 of 3. I mean, I hope that's showing up. That is just amazing. Really makes me want to get in there. And 3 of 3. Great play on the red against the gray background, and just great stuff. Looks like it's great stuff. And I wanted to check this out. I'm not really happy with a lot that Marvel's been doing, but the cosmic stuff that they've been letting the writing team of Abnett and Lanning, they've been doing, it's almost like you got these great comics going on in space, the cosmic side of the Marvel universe, and nobody's talking about it. Started with you have Annihilation and Conquest or something like that, and then they have War of Kings. It's basically the Shi'ar Empire against the Inhumans, from what I can tell so far. And I love the Shi'ar. Those are aliens in the Marvel universe introduced in the X-Men. The Shi'ar Empire has some Imperial Guards, and they're basically a take on Marvel's take, more or less, on the Legion of Superheroes. So while you're reading them, it's kind of fun to figure out who's supposed to be who. But here's number 1. Number 2, Gladiator, created by John Byrne back in the day when he was on Fantastic Four, where he's more or less a Superman version of the alien. 3 of 6, Havoc comes in. It looks like he took the place of Corsair, his father, floating around up there in space. Okay. 4 of 6, Black Bolt. To me, one of the classic Kirby characters that was ahead of his time, with that black costume, the design, the wings. Number 5, that great Marvel take on this cover, where it was originally Avengers versus X-Men, and it's been done over and over and over. And number 6 of 6. So I'm really, they have a few one-shots that went with this, and a few crossovers like in Guardians of the Galaxy, so hopefully if I like it, I can get this just as cheap. Alright guys, thanks a lot. That's my haul. Alright, when I was getting ready to load this up to YouTube, hopefully this has been edited in. Found 2 books floating around that I forgot to put in there, but this one right here, Constant Bromstar told me about it during the podcast. I think seems like somebody else might have mentioned it. But this is a one-shot from Dark Horse. As you can see, it's called The Once and Future Tarzan. Get the glare off there. And this is amazing. This is broken up in chapters inside the one-shot. And I've read the first one. Apparently it is Tarzan, over 300 years old, in a post-apocalyptic world. And from the way I'm reading it, if you take the old pulp novels by Edgar Rice Burroughs, it's kind of like the books went on and on and on in the way into the future, and this picks up at some book where he is in this post-apocalyptic world. This is the book that made me sit here and go, oh, thank God somebody finally wrote a real comic book. It's just amazing. Just amazing. And let me show you the back of it. It even has like this pulp feel to the art. I mean, that is just, oh, That's what it's all about, folks. And the place where I got all those comic books for $4, I got this for $3. Marvel Treasury edition of Defenders. And this thing came out like in 1978, I think. And it's in mint. I don't want to say mint. It's in near mint condition. It's like this thing is brand new. This coloration on it is probably not even close to being anything to worry about. Of course, it has the Defenders there. And it reprints some classic Defenders tales in here. I love that it's got Squadron Sinister in it. It's got a cover gallery here in the back. And apparently this, there we go. This reprints Marvel Feature number 1, Defenders number 4, December's 13 and 14. So I am just really, I was so excited to find that. The Celestial Man. Now, does that look like a man or does that look like a space harpy? It's awesome. Yeah, so, you know, just glad to find that. Love finding these Marvel Treasury editions. I'm going to find a good splash page. There you go. That looks like Kirby did it. I don't know, man, but that's just Kirby-esque. Probably Keith Kiffin or something. I don't know. Can't wait to get in there and look who did this. I shouldn't even mention the artist. Bronze Age Comics. Oh yeah. That is awesome. Alright, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Pinup Gallery by David Kraft and Keith Giffen. I bet that is. Alrighty. Alright, guys. That's it. That's everything. Later.